Hi everyone, it's me Cherry and welcome to Humble Step. When we arrive in Japan, it's a different scenario since they have a long process of checking anyone who comes or enters Japan. So firstly, we of course landed and then we disembarked, and after which we had to walk through their testing area. So of course you have to fall in line, and after that, when you are in line, you are given a piece of paper. It has the steps what you will go through during the entire process of COVID test. So when we fall in line, they gave us a two piece of paper. It has your number of your test. So in my case, my number was 130. So there was two pieces of paper. I didn't understand everything there. The most important is your number there, the 130. And then I present that to the first table with two officers interviewing. So they would ask your feeling, where you are from, or did you stay to these countries which has high case of COVID. So you have to be honest with your answer, and then they mark something there. After that, you go through the next desk where there are another two officers, and when they check the two pieces of paper that you have given earlier, then they will give you a plastic tube with a lid, and then they will give you a small funnel. Then there are some cubicles there, open door cubicles, and it has some instructions on how to do the test posted inside the wall of the cubicles. Of course, it's very easy because it has pictures. So then you get inside, and then you the plastic tube has actually a line. It indicates a red line where you have to reach your saliva over that red line. So it's actually long. So you have to speak until it reaches to that line using the funnel, of course. So once you're done, you throw the funnel into the bin because that's very sanitary, and then you have to close, okay, the lid. You have to close it. Make sure that before the test you don't drink any water or anything. You do not eat anything, you do not drink anything, so that the result is very accurate or clear. Okay, so after that you go to the next desk and you give your saliva. They will check carefully if you done it well, because if there are some bloody color or any color that is in your saliva, they would ask you again to do it again, possibly. So after that, we had to go through the next building, and in the next building you see there are different two sets of table of different officers. So you go through the first table and it would check your passport and your visa. You have 4 pieces of forms that you need to fill in. So the 4 forms are the disembarkation card for foreigners, and this one has your name, your birthday, your employment, and the purpose of going to Japan, and then of course the reason is employment, the address of your company, and then your address also, and how long you will be staying in Japan, in the country where you are working or you are traveling, and then you also have the flight number. Okay, so that's all. And then there are 3 questions which is related to COVID. You only have to answer no, no, no. And then the next form is another custom declaration, and it has your flight number, and then the airport you came from, and then your name, the address of the destination that you are going to, and then your nationality, and then your occupation, and your date of birth, your passport number, and some questions which is about items that is prohibited to be brought to Japan. But they have one questions, any items you have been requested from someone else to bring into Japan, you can also put that. Okay, so items that is illegal, and then cash which is beyond 1 million yen, and then or do you have unaccompanied articles. So that's for the second form, and you will need to present these at the custom. Okay, well, the first one is needed, the first form is needed at the immigration. And then another form which is notice from quarantine stations the persons entering Japan. So that's another paper. This one will indicate the length of time you will stay in that country, in that particular country, and you have to choose if you are doing a home or a hotel quarantine too. And then we have the questionnaire. The questionnaire has a box that has all the names of countries that have high case of COVID. So you have to encircle which country you came from, and then it has your personal information. Okay, and of course there are some questions which is related to COVID again, and then how you are going to have the quarantine, home or hotel or another place. So when you get through the first desk, they will ask you your visa, your passport, and the disembarkation card. They will just check it, and then if it's clear, then they will direct you to the second desk of the different building. And then this time they will check your notice from quarantine station to persons entering Japan and the questionnaire. You will present that there, and they will see if you filled in completely the information needed there. If you didn't, then they will ask you to fill it in. Like in my case, since I forgot to fill in the mobile number of my employer, so I had to write it down. And then after that, you go up through a stairs or elevator to the last process, COVID test. That is to wait for your result. Now it's kind of very convenient because when you go up there are some chairs, a waiting lounge where you can wait for your results. So on the left side, there's a big monitor, and it will flash the numbers that have the test result. Yeah, so once you have the result, you see your number there, then you have to proceed to the right side where you can see a small booth. There are like 2 to 3 officers sitting there, and then you will just present you will just tell them your number. Okay, what's your test number? And then man explained to me that my test is negative, so they gave me that pink piece of paper. If you are positive, you will have that blue piece of paper. So the pink piece of paper, you're done, you're cleared, and then you can now enter Japan through the immigration. Okay, while if you have the blue paper, then the staff would take you to Chiba, and that's where all the positive patients can stay and be isolated depending on the how fast or how long you recover from your symptoms. Yeah, so you were taken there, that's for free, you're provided with food, so it's just only to isolate you from the rest of the people. Yeah, so that's very quick. And then after that, at the immigration, you have to fill in another piece of paper. A Filipino will guide you there, will explain to you how to fill in the form. And after that, you go through a line where you will meet the officer. So at the immigration, you will just wait for the instruction of the officer So what happened is, when they are done checking your passport, because you have to give your passport with your visa, they will check it, and then they will make this one. This is a resident card, I guess. Government of Japan residence cards. They will print this for you, and then before that, you have a small camera where you have to look at, smile, and after that you have your index finger, two of your index finger on the fingerprint machine, and then wait for a while. They're going through checking your papers, and then they will release this card. So this one is good for 1 year. This should be renewed before it expires. Okay, so this is how it looks, and then you are done. You can go through the luggage area. Now, what's surprising about their luggage area, because you are hold for an hour or two, going through the COVID test down to the immigration area. So what happened is, at the conveyor belt where your luggage are, they already pick it up for you, arrange carefully, and then what you have to do is just to see where your luggage. However, before you touch your luggage or you get your luggage, staff will just go directly to you and would ask you your boarding pass, the boarding pass from the Philippine Airlines. Then they will check your boarding pass, and if it matches to the sticker on your bag that was pasted or clipped on your bag handle or luggage handle, check if it's the same. Then that's pretty amazing, because that's one way for them to check if you are the owner of the luggage. Wow! Or of the bag. That's very nice. Very, very nice. So after you got your luggage, it's actually not the end yet. So remember, you had to fill in that form, which is about the items that you are bringing to Japan. So the last stage is you go through customs. Everybody will go through customs. You present that form to the officer, checking if you have the meat, if you have the illegal items that shouldn't be brought. But in my case, I checked there. I have a friend who asked me to bring some items, which is mango, dried mango. So I check on that. So when he sees my passport and he sees that card, that form, he asked me some questions, and then he said, you have checked this one here. You have an item that is asked by your friend, so can you tell me what product is it? So I told him that it's actually true, and then the product is dried mango, and I wrote it at the back of the form. So after that, he confirmed and agreed. So after he thought that dried mango is just okay to bring inside Japan, he then let me cleared. He gave back my passport and my residence card, and so I'm all cleared, and I can now enter Japan by exiting the airport. Yeah, so that was the process. I think it took us 2 hours to 3 hours, I guess, to have that whole process from this embarkation down to the custom. Yeah, so we arrived at 2:30, and then we were out of the airport around 5:30 or 6. So that's how the length of time it will take to pass through to get into Japan at Haneda Airport. The airport in Japan, it's very smooth, very organized, and even though it's your first time, you will know what will happen because it has some instructions, and each point has a staff that will help you, direct you where to go, what to do, and how to do it. So it's very clear. So thank you, everyone. That is the difference between the swab test in the country, the Philippines, and in Japan airport. So hope you learned something from this video. For those who will go through the same thing, just check on this video, and everything I said is just what you will go through. Unless COVID-19 will be gone. Then we're all back to normal and be free again. Thank you so much. Subscribe on my channel and see you later. Bye.